Hi, and welcome to Video Games Revisited. Little Computer People was released in 1985 on a variety of platforms, including the Commodore 64. It's an early life sim developed by David Crane, and two versions of this game exist on the Commodore 64, one on disc and one on cassette. But the cassette version is generally considered inferior, as it's missing many key features. In this title, you're tasked with looking after your very own little computer person, who lives inside your computer. The game pushes the idea that these people exist inside all computers, and that this software simply brings them out. This is made more believable by the fact that no two copies of the game were the same, and each little computer person had his own look and name. As the disc version remembers all the care and attention you've given your little person each visit, he will respond and show gratitude to you on subsequent plays, which helps you become more attached to him and makes the game more rewarding. However, the cassette version has no memory, and your character is generated from scratch each time you play it, which takes a lot away from the game and makes it much less enjoyable. There are two main ways of interacting with your little computer person. The first and most obvious being requesting him to perform certain actions to keep him and his dog happy and healthy. These actions include playing his piano or computer, drinking water, feeding his dog, lighting a fire, brushing his teeth, or even writing you a letter to let you know how he feels and his wants and needs. It's important to always ask politely, as this makes your person a lot more likely to go through with these requests. And there are many other things you can ask of him, so it's important to experiment and see what he can do. A personal favourite of mine is asking him to play a game, as he'll present you with the option playing card war, poker, or anagrams. Whilst these games are fairly basic and are of limited fun, I'm fond of these as an early example of the mini-game, and are a very novel addition to the title, although they are missing from the cassette version. The second way of interacting is directly affecting this little world inside your computer with a series of commands. These are issued by holding down Control and a specific letter. You can deliver him a new record, book, or food for him and his dog, set off his alarm clock, top up the water tank, phone him for a chat, or even get him to sit in his favourite chair and give him a good condescending pat on the head. Other than the delivery of food and topping up of water, your little computer person can look after himself most of the time and be left to his own devices. However, without love and attention from you, he will eventually get sick and unhappy and become less responsive to your requests. The lack of any real goal in this game, and no winning or completion conditions, means that this title is essentially pointless. But it's undeniable that this game is groundbreaking and incredibly important to the history of gaming, as it's the first real title that tapped into that indescribable appeal of looking after a little virtual life, an idea that would be picked up many years later and given a new breath of life by franchises like Tamagotchi and The Sims. But that's about all there is to see here. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you next time. Take care.